Okay, so I'm going to do a quick review of some of the accessories that are available on eBay for the HTC Touch HD. I'm particularly going to look at a couple of cases. I'm going to mainly focus in on the silicone case because I think it's actually a cheap but excellent way to protect your new device, and I'm just going to quickly show it you now. This is about £3.50 on eBay. As you can see, it comes in the typical sort of configuration for a silicone case. It's very malleable, which I like because it doesn't put too much pressure on the metal casing, which I feel could lead to scratching. Sorry. It's pretty well precision cut, as we will see when we put the Touch HTC actually into its case. A couple of features I want to quickly mention is a cover for the volume rocker switch, which actually makes a massive difference to the ease of which you can accidentally activate the volume buttons. Particularly, this is advantageous in that it stops you from doing so when, for example, browsing the internet in landscape mode. There's also a cover over the volume switch as well. Again, this stops accidental activation. The only problem with this is it doesn't show you the charging status LED, and really that was the only negative I could find with this case at this price. So we'll put the Touch HTC into the case just to show you how easy that is to do. So if I bring them both over here now, it just literally slides in as such. It's pretty malleable, as I say. Just lift it over the edges. You might want to check before you do so that there's no material inside the silicone case that could potentially scratch the paintwork, which is probably the whole point of these cases in the first place, in avoiding that. And as you can see, it does very little to adjust the contour or the overall look of the device. However, it now feels pretty sturdy. Could certainly take more accidental damage than previously, and I can't recommend this highly enough. In fact, I now plan just to sort of keep this cover with the InvisiShield installed as my protection for this device in total. I'm just going to quickly show you if I turn the device on and I go into the browser, which will hopefully pick up pretty quickly here on Orange UK, but can take a little while. So we're just going to quickly open the browser up, and the real reason I'm quickly going to do this is just to show you how difficult it is to activate the volume switches in portrait mode. Now, normally if you switch the phone over like this and you get it into portrait mode, just by running your finger over here you can accidentally activate the volume switch. It can be even worse if you have it in portrait mode the other way around, where you can activate it down here. But now if you notice, if I just turn back round to the other way again, how much pressure is actually required to activate that volume switch. I'm now pressing over this volume rocker cover, and I'm getting literally no activation at all. To actually get into the volume controls, I forcibly have to press to bring up the volume screen. I think that's a massive improvement on sort of how the Touch HTC arrives initially. Okay, so that was really a review of the case, the silicone case, which I think is great, and I highly recommend. I'm just going to take that off again now. Simply pulls out, and there you go. The other little thing that I had bought was this leather case. This was £6.50 from your friendly Hong Kongese eBay store. Simple leather case. It's got a slot for a couple of memory cards, a couple of credit cards, and then a sort of felt backed area for the Touch HTC. Access is via the top of the case. You have to slide it in. I'm never that keen on these because stitching's exposed, and I always feel that could scratch the paint surfaces. But anyway, you slide it in. a little push to sort of level up the holes, etc. And these tend to fit reasonably well. The case closes with a magnetic hook. As you can see, the holes match reasonably well with the camera, and also you have access from the top to the jack and the power switch, and at the bottom to the USB port. What I don't like about this is, as you can see, we have exposed paintworks in the corners, and even with the book completely closed, again you can see paintwork exposed here, and also all along the top edge here. However, it does feel quite nice. It's nice and cheap. It certainly smells like leather, even if it isn't, which I think for £6.50 you can't really go too wrong with. I know some people would prefer the sort of leather case to the cheap silicone look, but perhaps I'm just easily pleased. And as I said, my Touch HTC HD, whatever they call it, with however many H's they can get in there, I think just looks fine and dandy in the silicone case. Hope you found this useful. Cheers.